What's up, Paper Cup? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. A lot of you guys know that I graduated from Ateneo de Manila University, and I am privileged to have graduated with Latin honors. I attribute this accomplishment to God and His grace. Thank you, Lord, for sustaining me. But of course, there was a lot of hard work and a lot of tips and tricks that I learned along the way that helped me accomplish this. And because I don't like long tips and tricks or how-to videos, let's get straight to the point. Here is the #1 time management tip that helped me graduate with Latin honors. The #1 time management tip is scheduling. It's kind of really just that simple. Throughout high school and college, I had just a ton of like little notebooks. If you were my classmate in college, then you would know that I would always be carrying around with me a tiny little notebook. And these notebooks were like my little planners and my little, I would put notes of like I would make to-do lists of the tasks and the things that I would have to do. And most importantly, I would block off specific, like blocks of time and make sure that I actually have time set aside in my day to do specific tasks. And I am going to give you a quick overview through 3 tips on how to start scheduling. The 3 tips are to break down the task, to break down your time, and then to stay consistent. Breaking down a task isn't very hard. It's just that not a lot of people do it because we tend to cram a lot. Let's say even now I have to edit a video. I look at edit a video as a huge task of really editing a whole video, when there are many tiny tasks in that, which are like importing the files, sorting out the files, audio, text, effects, color grading, whatever. There's like so many like mini tasks that are in that one big task. It's the same thing when you're writing a paper, there is outlining the paper, there's writing the first paragraph, there's writing the introduction, sometimes we look at writing a whole paper as one big task. Sometimes we look at studying for an exam as one big task. We can break that down into, chapter, let's say the test is on chapters 3 to 5 of a particular book. This chapter 3, this chapter 4, this chapter 5. You can separate those tasks, you know what I mean? So try to think that way of every single thing that you have to do, and try to make that a habit, that you're given a project, you need to make a, music video, right? There's writing lyrics, there's getting the music, there's shooting the video, there's editing the video, and even in those specific tasks, there's like even more subtasks. If you break those down and just have the mentality that, I'm just gonna do a little bit, I'm gonna take one small step toward accomplishing my goal, then the task doesn't seem so big and so hard. Why am I wearing a jacket? It's so hot. Once you've broken down the task, it's time to break down your time. Every single day before the day starts, or even the evening before the next day, I would try to break down the day into blocks of time. And just for illustration purposes, let's say you get home at 3 p.m. So you have 3 and then 4 and then let's put a 2 here just for kicks, Every single day I would do this for like 16 hours of my day. It took just like 5 minutes a day to do this, really. But let's say I had 3 tasks to do, A, B, and C, and they're huge. And I would break it down into A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B, you get it. Let's say I would this is like travel home. From 3 to 4, I would devote that to doing task A1. From 4 to 5, I take a break and maybe I'll even divide the hour and then do A2 here. And then I can even divide this hour into half, do B1, and then C1. And then here I'll do like A. And then from 7 onwards, I'll be eating dinner and then I'll just rest the whole evening. But what's cool about time schedules is, since I broke down my time and if I stick to my schedule and I'm strict with myself, then I'm not only gonna be strict about the work hours. Okay, 3 to 4, I really need to work. I can also be strict to myself about the 7 onwards, I'm not allowed to work. Okay, it's past 7. And I know I need to do this, but then it's not in my schedule, so I don't need to do it. And that was what worked for me in high school and in college. I would be strict with myself in working, but I would also be strict with myself in taking breaks. I have designated times when I am allowed to not work at all and just look at memes or just watch a series or something. Where's the cap? Where's the cap? Where's the cap? I'm missing the cap. Oh, here, I found it. But Kuya Nate, what if task A is already due tomorrow? Then you can do a couple of things. You know, you can switch out the C1 and the B1 and switch that for everything else you need to do for task A. But ideally, if the task is due tomorrow, then you should not be starting it on that day. You should already be finishing up on it. In other words, not cramming. And that's where the third point comes in. Be consistent. Even if, let's say, you have nothing due tomorrow, I promise you it pays off to even do just a little super tiny mini task. If you have a paper that's due like next week but you have nothing due tomorrow, then why not work and start on that paper due next week? Why not just make a quick outline? It's freaking gonna take like 10 minutes, you know? That's not much. That's like one vlog on YouTube. Basically, if you are consistent with always, you know, never having any 0 days, and every single day you do at least one thing that gets you one step closer to something that might be due like 2 weeks into the future, but at least when you're there and it's due the next day already, you have like 90% of it done. The thing is, I feel like, at least what I've experienced, you know, students these days cram a little too much. It's always a cycle of procrastinating and then cramming and then procrastinating and then. But what if instead of like extreme days where you do not do anything at all and then you work the whole day and you're super stressed, why not just like, you know, do some quick work here, do some quick work there every single day. You're just doing a little bit and it's not stressing you out at all. And even when it's due the next day, you're not stressed out at all still, because you're like doing it at a consistent pace where you broke down the task and you broke down the time, and just like everything is clear. I know that sounds impossible for a lot of us, but really, if you just adhere to a schedule that you set up because you broke down the task and you broke down the time, it has a huge effect. Anyway, I'm rambling too much, but that's basically the point. Scheduling, just break down the task, block off the time, and be consistent. You're gonna find that just try it. Just try it for like 1 month. You're gonna find that you're not gonna be cramming as much. You're not gonna be as stressed. You're gonna have more peace of mind and clarity of. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys. You guys probably need to do some homework or something like that. If you aren't doing work, sige na nga, you can watch one more video and then you do your work, okay? Don't forget to seize it. Seize every moment that's right in front of you and seize every moment to be excellent in what you do. And just like it says here on my desk, don't let there be any more 0 days in your life. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.